morning, good afternoon, good evening. Ahimbisibwe Emmanuel is my name again. And I want to thank God so much that I'm back here to share with you and to appreciate all of you who have been following us up on our YouTube channel, on our TikTok, those on our WhatsApp with different groups, and those in our physical fellowship. I want to bless the Lord so much for every one of you and to say that yes, you've given us the wings to fly, and now we come here to say, yeah, we pray that these messages, they can reach as many married people as possible. They can help those who are struggling, and they can overcome the challenges they are going through. So this time I've come to share yet another message. It's about commitment in marriage. Remember, Ahimbisibwe Emmanuel is my name, from the Orchard of Marriage. Orchard of Marriage, and a fellowship that has transformed marriages, that has caused healing to marriages, that has been of a transformational tool to many marriages. So yeah, this time I'm coming to share with you about commitment in marriage. Commitment in marriage. When you check most of the worldwide researches that have been done, when you check the USA, a lot of information available online, you realize that commitment is the #1 challenge for divorce. Lack of commitment is the #1 challenge of divorce. In my country, Uganda, where I'm speaking from, they say there are top 3 challenges of divorce. One is communication, poor communication, lack of communication is #1 on the list as a cause of divorce and challenges in marriage. #2, they talk about infidelity. Infidelity is #2. Then #3, they will tell you about finance. Finance is #3. So that is how they rank. But when you talk about at a larger perspective, lack of commitment is behind all those things. Lack of commitment is behind all those things. And it's something I want to deal with this time with you, dear friends. I want to bring a perception that I believe that most likely it can help you work out your marriage very well. It can help you enjoy your marriage. It can help you, be good news to you, dear friends. So lack of commitment. Commitment, we are talking of a promise, a firm decision to something. A promise, a firm decision for your marriage. A promise to live to the cause of your marriage. A promise to say that, yes, I do. That statement when we are getting wedded, and that statement of do you, when you say I do. Do you ask, yes, I do. Yes, I do. That's now the commitment we are talking about. So dear friends, lack of commitment has been a challenge, has caused struggles to different marriages. As a matter of fact, when you talk about those the online information that we find on different authors, different researches that have been done, lack of commitment has been ranked as number 73% when people are interviewed, especially those whose marriages have broken down, or those who have gone through a divorce, those who have had little challenges. They are in police, family courts, police family departments. They will tell you the research that have been done there. 75% of the #1 of the causes that cause divorce and challenges in marriage, they will tell you lack of commitment. That we are married, but we are not committed to this marriage. We are married, but we are not committed to each other at all. For some reason, we reach there and we are not committed to each other. So dear friends, I want to challenge us. It is so serious like that. It's so serious like that. Other things that are also behind commitment, you hear things like over-arguing and conflicts now and again. I know some families where they can argue almost through the night. They can argue over simple matters, and they never come to an agreement. Dear friends, in a marriage, the moment you are doing something to win each other, to win your spouse, you want to come out as the winner. Just know that you've gone wrong. Just know that you've taken it outside. Just know that you have taken it in a wrong direction. The moment you are doing things in a way that you want to come out as a winner, you want to be seen as the only winner, just know that you have taken it away, dear friends, in a wrong direction. So, dear friends, arguing is also a very big issue, and it ranks for some people give it 56% of arguing and conflicts. 56%, and then infidelity, 55% infidelity. So dear friends, I want to call on you, I want to challenge you, dear friends, that you come closer and we discuss about this matter of commitment. The lack of commitment, the lack of commitment. You find people who are married, but for some reason they are not given in to each other. They still live as singles. They still live as bachelors, as spinsters. They still live like though they are not yet married. The way they take their decisions, the way they live their lives, the way they do their own things, they do not incorporate the principle of the family, the principle of we are married, of my spouse, of the couple. I had told you some time back here when we were discussing, I think, about love and respect, most likely. I had told you some time back here that, I run to some people to help myself with some money, to borrow from there some money, and someone will tell you, Emma, it is okay, but let me talk to my spouse first. Hey, Papa, it is okay, but let me talk to my husband first. Something like that, dear friends. That business deal sounds very good, but let me first reach home and I talk it over with my spouse. Or let me pick up a phone and I call my spouse and we discuss about this. Dear friends, that's marriage. That's marriage. But some people, they are married but living as singles. They are married but they still own their own lives. They still manage their lives independently, separate of the spouse. And then we have troubles there, dear friends. We have challenges when we live our lives like that. So I want to challenge us, dear friends, lack of commitment. This thing of feeling there's nothing pulling you to this family. There's nothing pulling you to this marriage. There's nothing committing you to this marriage. There's nothing, looks like empty relationship. Looks like an empty relationship. Looks like an empty relationship without any direction. A relationship without moving to anywhere, dear friends. So I want to challenge you. I want to request you, dear friends, that we need to come back to the principle of commitment. We need to commit to this marriage as a man and as a woman, as a husband, as a wife. We need to commit. I want to challenge you. We need to commit. That kind of emotional attachment. That kind of emotional attachment that later builds the physical attachment. It must begin from the mind. It must begin from the heart, dear friends. It must begin from the heart, dear friends, from the mind. So I want to challenge you, dear friends, that we need to build this commitment. Every time you feel so much detached from your spouse, you feel so much, away from your spouse, you feel isolated and lonely in a marriage. Have you ever felt lonely in a marriage? That's what causes divorce. Some people, when they tell you we have irreconcilable differences, when some people tell you we have tried it and it has failed, it means that attachment has been totally broken down. What started like a glue has now dried up and there's nothing that bonds them together. There's nothing that commits them to each other. Emotionally, they feel nothing is connecting them. Physically, maybe the children is what is connecting us here. Maybe we have a home where we are sleeping together. But that lack of commitment, dear friends, has caused the issues. I want to challenge us. We need to come back to this marriage. We need to come back to each other. We need to be considerate. Find a reason to fall in love with each other again. Find reasons to fall in love with each other again, to connect with each other again. I know there are some marriages that have had serious challenges. Maybe there have been matters of unfaithfulness. Infidelity has happened in your marriage. Maybe there have been matters of trust issues in managing your family finances. Maybe the man went with the family money and it all disappeared in his hands and he did not come with accountability. Maybe the wife was entrusted with family resources and for some reason the way this resource was managed, it never came with any accountability. As a matter of fact, when some people do not have accountability, they come back when they're angry. They come back when they're hungry, when they are tough, when they're like, they have built a wall around themselves. Because they don't have accountability, because they don't want to be transparent, because they have been unfaithful. When you see spouses, couples, they're building a wall around each other, a wall that is repulsive. That's what I'm talking about. It's not about the boundaries that we shared about last time, but we are talking about something repulsive, something like don't touch, don't come close, don't talk to me. Someone puts up a face that shows don't talk to me. I don't want to hear you. Lack of commitment to each other has been ranked on top of the challenges that we have worldwide. On top of the challenges. You're married, but for some reason, you are still so much attached to your parents and your relatives, 100%, even as if more than when you are still with them, more than you're attached to your spouse. Every decision in your family is being taken by your family relatives, Every decision in your family is being taken by your best man, by your matron. Every decision in your family is being taken by your fellowship, maybe your church members. And you don't have that attachment as a spouse, as a couple. Dear friends, I want to call upon us that this lack of commitment has affected many marriages, has affected many people, and is a challenge, is a real challenge where we are. So I'm coming to address it. When you feel like there's nothing bonding you, we even go in matters of loving each other, and dear friends, these things of making love, and dear friends, there's nothing making you connect with each other. The people are dry, people they are not moving. You see, there's no longer happiness, there's no longer that joy in the family, because people they look at each other like a brother and a sister. That's what we are talking about, lack of commitment. Lack of commitment, dear friends. So I want to challenge you every other day. Shall we think about something that can build us together, something that can bond us together, something that can pull us together, something that can connect us together, dear friends? We need to think about that as often as possible. Friends, we are talking of that matter of unforgiveness. We are talking about, we need to forgive each other. If we need to build this commitment to each other as a couple, as spouses, dear friends, we need to make sure that we are able to forgive each other. Actually, some authors have written and have said that, if you can't forgive each other, if you can't forgive your spouse, then forget about marriage. Don't even dare going there if you cannot forgive each other. That is how forgiveness is so strong in our marriages. If you cannot forgive each other, and forgiving each other does not mean someone has to first come and ask for forgiveness. No, it means your heart is ready to forgive as often as possible, even when they have not come to ask for forgiveness. We are in this matter for life. We are in this marriage for life until death do us apart. So you need to uphold this marriage in that same spirit, dear friends. We need to uphold our marriages in that same spirit. So I want to challenge you, dear friends. Some of the things that make us that you will know that this person is not committed to this marriage, they don't want to involve you in their plans. When you have a spouse who does not want to involve you in their plans, they don't want to involve you in their forecasts. They don't want to involve you even in what is happening at their place of work. They don't want to involve you in their personal lives. That could be a sign these people have lost commitment to their marriage. You meet as a couple, and you have no words to talk to each other. You have nothing to talk to each other, as a matter of fact. Yet when you are with your other friends, you have a lot to talk to them. You have a lot to talk to them. So dear friends, when you are at a point when you can no longer have things to talk to each other, nothing is exciting both of you or each of you, when you are together, that means most likely you are starting to lose interest in each other. And that's loss of commitment. So I want to challenge you, dear friends. You're struggling emotionally to connect with each other. You go for intimacy, but emotionally you are struggling to connect with each other, dear friends. You are having a lot of questions of what is the purpose for this relationship? What is the purpose for this marriage? Am I here to stay like this till death do us apart? Am I here for long? Or you're having a lot of questions about your marriage relationship. So dear friends, that could be a reason also, or that could be a matter that you are having commitment issues. When you are asking questions concerning, your marriage relationship, you're having a lot of questions. You're looking at the way you make love, the way you manage your finances, the way your spouse behaves, and you feel like you're in the wrong person. You are with the wrong person. You're in the wrong marriage relationship. Yet we could be talking of 10 years down the road. We could be talking of 20 years down the road. But you're feeling maybe you are in the wrong place. You're married to a wrong person, dear friends. So I want to challenge you, friends. I want to call on you that we need to build up commitment principles. We need to have things that can commit us to this marriage, dear friends. You're doing investment, but you don't find any reason to involve your spouse. In your mind, your finances, last time we talked about finances, you don't have anything to connect you together to talk about for your finances with your spouse. We even talk about your parenting with your spouse. You feel you can handle everything on your own. You feel you don't need anyone in your life. You don't need your spouse in your life. You can handle alone. So dear friends, I want to challenge us. Those could be signs that you have commitment issues. You meet with a spouse and you feel a stranger. Have you been your spouse and you feel like your spouse is a stranger to you? You feel like a stranger to you. Even they start smelling, even the scent that comes from them, you feel it's too strange to you. Even the dental issues is strange to you. The oral scent is very strange to you, and feeling very repulsive to you. They put on their outfits and you feel repulsive. You feel they are like strange to you. Those could be the signs that you are losing commitment to your marriage, dear friends. Losing commitment, dear friends. You want to do some projects and you feel you can do these projects with your relatives, with your friends, rather than doing it with your spouse. Maybe it's about making a project which can bring you money, a project where you can invest your money, you can save your money, but you feel you don't need to even inform your spouse. Communication gap. When you feel there's a lot of communication gap in your marriage, dear friends, there could be communication commitment issues. You feel like you no longer, a lot of things you need to communicate, but you feel no reason for communicating with your spouse, dear friends. Have you think of some small things of failing to respond to a phone text to your spouse? Your spouse sends you a text in the morning, by evening you've not responded. Actually, when you are not together, it is 2 days and you've not responded to the text of your spouse. Maybe you missed their phone call, but you've not responded. Like you don't feel it is touching you at all. Like you feel it is not a matter to you at all. Like you feel, I'll talk to this person when we meet. Dear friends, when those tendencies are there, you are not responding to your spouse emails, you are not responding to your spouse, phone calls, you are not responding to your spouse texts, whatever is happening, dear friends, it could be a sign that you are losing touch. You are losing commitment to each other, dear friends. So I want to challenge you that we need to monitor this. And then we need to know how we can begin to do life together. How we can come to connect together with each other. How we can start again to speak to the life of each other. How we can start to plan for the future together. How we can start planning, what next together. We have events, we have functions, let's plan together. We have retirement to plan about together, dear friends. We need to talk about our money. We need to talk about our relatives, how to fund them, how to support them. So, dear friends, I want to challenge us that we need to find that there is a reason we need to talk to each other. There's a reason why we need to build this commitment. Commitment matters so much. So I want to challenge you. One reason why you've been feeling losing emotional touch with your spouse, it is a lack of commitment that I'm sharing with you, dear friends. It could have come from, like I told you, this commitment issue could have come from maybe your spouse had trust issues. Maybe you fell along the way, you had a breaking along the way, you had something that really broke your heart so badly, and coming together has been an issue. Pray to God. Pray to God. I want to challenge you, dear friends. Our God is a God who forgives. Our God is an expert on mending hearts. Our God is an expert on mending hearts. I want to challenge you, dear friends. You need to give your life to God who can mend your heart. Who can mend your heart, your relationship, dear friends. There will be many things to break your relationship along the way. There will be many things to water down your marriage relationship along the way. But I want to challenge you, dear friends. We need to pray to this God who can mend our hearts. We need to pray to this God who can build us. We have had anger issues. Some people, they find that they are so angry. A lot of time they get so angry with each other. And they attack each other, dear friends. And they have no respect issues with each other. And all this, they will make people lose commitment to each other. I want to challenge you, dear friends. The moment we lose commitment to each other, then it means we are headed for struggling along the way. We are headed for struggling along the way. And I want to challenge you. One reason that brings me here to speak to you every other time, dear friends, is that most of these things that we are doing, they will affect our children. They will affect the next and the next generation. They will affect the next generation. We are suffering and struggling in these matters because of some of the decisions our parents did. Some of the lives our parents lived, the behavior they lived. We are struggling because of the kind of behavior they lived. And I want to challenge you, dear friends, if we don't collect our matters now, if we don't put in interventions, and we say, God, we are sorry, we come to realize that where we are broken down and where we come to the feet of God and we say, we are sorry. This is my spouse. I don't have another spouse. I want to live a good life with them till the end. So, dear friends, I want to challenge you that our trust issues can be connected. Our trust issues can be connected. You have spouses who are avoiding each other to connect physically. Spouses who have not had sex for like a month, sexless marriages. A week they have not done at all. They sleep on the other extreme side of the bed, the other one sleeps on the other extreme side of the bed. Most likely, dear friends, it could be a reason that we have commitment issues. We have commitment issues. Some of us, we have invested our money in some business deals and all the money has been burnt there. We have burnt our fingers. If we have burnt our fingers and we are detached, we separate ourselves, we go away from our spouses, commitment issues. Commitment issues, dear friends. So I want to challenge you, dear friends, where our emotions, our feelings are not connecting, where we are not so excited with each other. You know, each time you meet, you should be excited with each other. I told you to remember how we met. I've told you how I met with my wife. How I met with my wife. Dear friends, we need to keep remembering. We need to keep remembering. For me, by God's grace, the day I thought of marrying, I prayed about it, and one name came to my memory. And that one name, when it came to me, I approached this person after a good month when I was praying over it. When I approached to her, she gave me time, but later she's the person who said yes, and she's the person I'm married to. Some of you tried so many people, and it is not your mistake, it is not your error. You tried so many people, and they turned you down, some relationship broke down, but along the way you met someone whom you are making life together with. And dear friends, I want to challenge you, make commitment with that person. Make commitment with that person. God is a God of healing. He's a God who heals us of the past. He's a God who forgives us. He's a God who makes everything new, dear friends. So I want you, dear friends, to attach yourself and be strong with that person. Do social life together, do investment together, do savings together, talk about money together, talk about life together, manage the relatives together, commit, take yourselves out together, dear friends. All those can help you to build this commitment principle again in you. Commitment principle again in you. So I want to challenge you, and I want to ask you, dear friends, abide. You listen to this message and find some things you need to work on, dear friends. Maybe some things he came and you really hated your spouse a lot. I talked about forgiveness. You need to forgive your spouse, dear friends. You need to come back together to something that can build you together again. Something that can build you together again. So I want to challenge you, friends, that we can take each other out. We can listen to each other. One of the things that you can do to build this commitment life together is take time to listen to each other. Take time to talk to each other, but also to listen to each other. Have time, dear husbands, have time to just be at home. Listen to your wife. If your wife is someone who talks, I'm sorry. If your wife is someone who likes talking a lot, dear friends, I want to challenge you that you need to find the time. You are just at home, you're just talking to each other, you're just listening to each other, dear friends. Set up time to just talk, and that can help you, dear friends. Have time to understand each other. You need to understand each other, dear friends. You need to understand each other. I want to challenge you that whatever you're doing, you need to understand each other. The principle of being an understanding couple, an understanding spouse must come in at this point in time to build commitment issues. You need to think about this. Finally, the moment you detach yourself planning your future with your spouse, then that means commitment issues will be stronger and will grow and will break you down. You need to plan your future together. You need to know where you are and where you want to be tomorrow. And then you need to plan about this together as a couple. So dear friends, when you do that, I want to challenge you that when you do that, you'll be stronger, you'll be encouraged, and you'll strengthen each other, dear friends. Thank you so much. May the good Lord bless you, dear friends. And I want to wish you very well. I want to say that, the other thing before I wish you well, before I conclude, dear friends, we need to talk about our backgrounds. It is very important that we talk about our backgrounds, where we are coming from. Our backgrounds, it preys on us where we are coming from. So dear friends, let's know where we are coming from, and let's talk about it such that it can help us to connect and to be intimate with each other, to build this commitment with each other, dear friends. I want to wish you well. May the good Lord bless you. Nice time until we meet again. I love you all. In the name of God, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.